Are you tired of the hustle and bustle of city life filled with young people that are probably up to no good? Are you ready to trade your alarm clock for an enchanted fishing rod? If you're ready for a slice of the sweet life, come to Pieville Acres, where retirement living is as comfortable as warm apple pie. Here at Pieville Acres, we know that you've worked hard, saved your diamonds, and earned the right to rest and relaxation. So to ensure your experience lives up to this, Pieville Acres has world-class amenities such as an on-site 24/7 security guard, well equipped to keep you safe day and night, an 860-block-long wall that keeps out the young people and all other unpleasantness, unless a torch goes out, a lake for boating and frolicking with the fish, I guess, a custom-built 360-item sorter castle so that your belongings will never go missing, plenty of places to relax, stop, and smell the roses, and ample opportunities to be creative with a Pieville Acres. Live the retirement that you've dreamed of, free of the riffraff plaguing other communities. At Pieville, noise ordinances start at 6 p.m., and there's as many clouds to yell at as you want. Call the sales office today and schedule a tour with our expert staff. That's 1-999-APPLPIE. Again, that's 1-999-APPLPIE. Welcome to Pieville on Dementiacraft. I'm ApplePie, and I will take you on a tour of what is Pieville and explain what it actually is. But first, I want to talk about our server. Dementiacraft is a semi-vanilla SMP based on 1.20.1. It is designed for players 25 years and above, and is built 100% around being a toxicity, drama-free place for people to relax, have fun, and build. And in this mission, it is wildly successful. So, because of the opportunities provided by Dementiacraft, we have started a project, and by we, I mean Apple, to have a community build. Essentially build the town of Pieville from scratch using builds from other players. Now, I have been on the server for 6 months, and that is a little bit after it launched, and spent the entire time building up infrastructure to be able to start this project. Pieville has a downtown section already with lots of functional builds. I will put credit to the tutorials in the chat. And then I have cleared out roughly 100,000 block area that is designed to essentially be a sandbox for everybody in the community. I've put together some guidelines on themes, but as long as that is held to, I want to see how creative everybody is. This is going to be fun. So you can see the basics of Pieville are farms. I'm going to do a separate video on the integrated base. There's a lot going on in this area that is not being shown. And then from atop my AFK perch, I will watch the progress. Now, from up here, we can see the house to the left in the medieval district. That is the one that I will be time-lapsing later in this video. And then we've got our first outside build. This is from my excellent neighbor to the north, Samuel. He is very creative and good at building these things. This railway here links directly to his base about 400 or 500 blocks north. Ouch. Don't do that. Some of this is decorative, but the resources are there. If anybody on the server wants to come play in Pieville, enter the beauty of the competition here. I've got a board right here that you can grab some signs and some ink and put your information on your build up here. It's basically reserving your spot out there in the world. No size limit or anything, just have fun. And if you need any help, old Pesky Pete here will take care of everything. Or kind of everything. Yeah, that's what he said. Kind of everything. I'm going to take a little flying tour of the Ville here. A lot of the amenities from the intro commercial were actually true. This wall separates out what used to be a lush, beautiful jungle and an actual lush, beautiful jungle. But Apple, how could you start a recording with only 30 rockets? Well, let me tell you, that is peak Apple. All right, here we go. Let's just go ahead and refresh our stock there. This is the main sorter. Very fun project that I can devote a whole episode to. Lots of stories going on there. So let's continue our little flying tour. Back to the beginning, past the gunpowder farm. Alright, so this wall is 860 blocks long. It does absolutely nothing, as everybody knows from Minecraft walls, but it was fun to build and it looks cool. And by fun, I mean a tremendous grind that I'm sure I complained way more than I should have about. When it comes to districts, I will show on a map here in a moment what they are, but this white district here, between the white wool, is a magic district. So everything there is going to be themed magic. This next area inside the greens is the medieval district, and then inside the blues is going to be a steampunk theme. And then over here in this area, more bars, more entertainment, things to flash up the place. As of right now, the only tavern in Pieville is an empty shell. I had built the outside of it and then got caught up on other projects, so it's maybe another project for another day, getting some villagers in here, making a nice little real tavern. So let me get back over to the board and fly like I know what I'm doing here. Oh, mangrove, yay. Still haven't named my horse yet. Somebody totally should help me with name there. Yeah, you. And Chongo's a real guy. Gal? Guy? Zombie? It? They? Yeah, okay. They. That works. Alright, so looking at the map, let's go over the different district ideas. Alright, we have here a overhead view of Pieville. Everything from the top of the northern wall down to the dock at the former sorting castle. The first district I've got marked out is in the white wool. Everything between the two straight lines that are white wool can be considered the magic. Anything here that feels like some place a wizard would live or magic happens or things like that is a wonderful start. It will have very fantasy themed roads and foliage down the road to go with it. Medieval district / Gothic, I want to give options there, is where the first house has already been built. It's very traditional. Most of downtown Pieville is built in this style, but I wanted to see what other people could bring from the same style as well. I've got the steampunk district. This one is pure creativity. I do not build this style, and I would love to see what other people come up with. This one is probably the one I'm the most excited about. Then we've got the recreation district. Bars, and more bars, as we would say. There is a tavern there already, as I will point out. And I think this one is probably going to overlap with steampunk to get some more builds in down the road. This one is definitely optional to have. If there's a lot of interest, it will go away and more regular builds can happen. Future commercial and expansion plans. I'm keeping the area just east of the downtown area for other farm ideas, for other community requirements. Maybe build a cathedral, maybe build a doctor's office. There's a number of different things that would be fun from a village standpoint that could go there. And then you see my white arrows. I want to take over the village next door. I certainly have ransacked it for enough everything, including all of the villagers that live in my village. And then directly south, there is a island that I really like. And one of the next builds that I'm going to do that is not necessarily tied to this is to build a large bridge down there and then start clearing it to make a hopefully mega-sized build, but we will see how that goes. And then the last little piece here is the future rework at the bottom. The sandcastle was my sorter before I built the castle in the middle of the lake. So now it's just a trading hall, and I need to figure out what to do with that area besides have mangrove and acacia trees there to chop down. All right. Eat us some carrots. Now, the last note that I want to make before we go to the time lapse is that the infrastructure around this, you will notice that, well, it looks terrible. There are no bushes, there are no trees. There is just roadblock in this place right now. One of my parts of this project is going to be filling in the infrastructure around everything. So I've been working on some road designs that I want to put in. I will be either building myself or enlisting help building lots and lots of custom trees. That seems to be vogue right now, so I'm going to go ahead and ride that wave. And, you know, that amount of jungle log definitely got me some charcoal. So, without further interruption, let's go build a house. Wasn't that magical? Well, no, actually, it can't be magical. I'd have to move it otherwise. So, let's take a look at the face. Got my orange and black tie, my perpetual surprise. It's because I'm always learning new things. And apparently that frightens me. So I will see you in the next episode. Please go ahead and subscribe, like if you want, and goodbye.